The Roman army was, without doubt, one of the most formidable forces ever to exist in human history. Not only did it manage to subjugate vast territories, but it also maintained imperial dominance for many centuries. Yet, despite its impressive successes, it is striking that no other civilization has been able to precisely replicate the Roman military model. What then lies at the heart of this phenomenon? The answer is not as straightforward as it might initially appear. The Romans did not merely win battles. They transformed warfare into a true art form, a kind of science. What might have seemed, from an outsider's perspective, an invincible formula for success, was in reality a unique and irreplicable complex of factors that rendered the Roman army so exceptional that even the empire's most powerful adversaries proved unable to copy it. The following will delve into 10 key reasons explaining why the Roman army was so outstanding, leaving an indelible and, in essence, unparalleled mark on military history. From its earliest stages, the Roman army significantly diverged from the military organizations of other civilizations. While many states still relied on citizen soldiers, who were conscripted only when necessary, Rome established something far more sophisticated and effective. As the empire expanded its borders, so too did its military might. The Romans transformed their armed forces into a professional army, with soldiers serving for 25 years or more, a commitment unparalleled by any other army of the era. The training of Roman legionaries was comprehensive, encompassing not only physical exercises, but also mastery of various disciplines. From expert command of combat tactics to advanced engineering skills, Roman legionaries were true multi-purpose war machines. This professionalization enabled Rome to adapt successfully to diverse battle scenarios, terrain features, and climatic conditions, a flexibility largely unavailable to most of its adversaries. Thanks to its unique training system, Rome possessed not merely an army, but a military force capable of tackling the most unpredictable challenges. Roman discipline, a cornerstone of its military prowess, manifested in absolute control and each soldier's clear understanding of their assigned duties. In the ancient world, where the outcome of battle was decided in seconds, obedience to orders became a matter of life and death. The Romans, recognizing this more acutely than anyone, implemented a system of rewards and punishments that maintained an iron order within their ranks. Distinguished warriors were accorded honors and promotion, while disciplinary infringements incurred severe penalties, ranging from loss of privileges to corporal punishment. This approach ensured impeccable coordination of actions, transforming the army into a single, cohesive mechanism. The Romans understood that even the slightest deviation from protocol could jeopardize an entire military operation. This rigid system, founded on incentives and deterrence, not only maintained order, but also forged an invincible force capable of overcoming any challenge. However, Rome's military genius lay not solely in discipline, but also in its ability to adapt its forces to any conditions. The Roman legion was not merely a military unit, but a flexible and multifaceted system. Thanks to its complex yet effective internal structure, legions could rapidly reconfigure themselves depending on the battlefield situation. Whether confronting various enemy types or unexpected circumstances, the Romans skillfully altered formations, leveraging their strengths. Over centuries, the Roman Empire refined its organization to successfully tackle increasingly complex challenges, from guerrilla warfare to siege operations. Specialized units, such as cavalry and archers, integrated seamlessly with heavy infantry, creating an army capable of instantly changing tactics. This capacity for swift adaptation and coordinated action largely defined the Roman army's invincibility during its golden age. In the shadow of ancient Rome's glorious victories and valiant legions, one of the cornerstones of its military might often goes unnoticed: impeccable logistics. While other states of the ancient world faced colossal difficulties in attempting to supply their armies with provisions and all necessities in enemy territory, the Roman Empire established an unprecedented supply system, unmatched in antiquity. The famed Roman roads, which crisscrossed the entire empire, served not only to connect cities and provinces but also for the rapid deployment of troops and the uninterrupted provision of all military requirements. During lengthy military campaigns, Roman legions were consistently supplied with all necessities thanks to a developed network of warehouses, military camps, and meticulously organized supply routes. Even far from Rome, on the empire's most distant frontiers, the Roman army maintained its combat effectiveness and operational readiness, surpassing any other army of the era in this regard. This efficient logistical system enabled Rome to conduct protracted military operations, rapidly adapt to local terrain, and overcome obstacles that proved insurmountable for other empires. The uniqueness of the Roman army lay in its capacity to mobilize resources on an unprecedented scale. While other states struggled to finance military campaigns and maintain troops beyond their own territory, Rome could marshal immense quantities of material, manpower, and provisions from conquered lands. Control over key trade routes and the wealth accrued from continuous expansion established a robust economic foundation for sustaining the army. This ability to accumulate and efficiently distribute resources allowed Rome to wage wars for extended periods, even in the most challenging conditions, without losing its offensive momentum. Unlike its adversaries, who often suffered from resource shortages, Rome was always prepared to provide its armed forces with everything required, demonstrating unparalleled logistical efficiency. In contrast to the armies of many other states of the era, Rome's armed forces relied on professional, contract-serving soldiers. Most empires depended on militias or citizens, who were conscripted only in times of war. Rome, however, maintained a permanent, well-trained army. This ensured not only stability, but also superiority in battle. Roman soldiers were professionals, proficient in all aspects of warfare, from complex tactical maneuvers to military engineering. The siege of Alesia in 52 BC stands as testament to this. Julius Caesar's forces not only encircled the city with formidable fortifications, but also constructed additional defensive structures to prevent enemy breakthroughs. Thanks to such specialization and professionalism, the Roman army possessed a significant advantage over its adversaries, making it one of the most powerful in history. The Roman army was distinguished by its ability to adapt and learn from its mistakes. The Romans were never complacent with their tactics and weaponry. They constantly strived for innovation and improvement. This was particularly evident after their defeat at the Battle of Cannae in 216 BC during the Second Punic War. The Carthaginian general Hannibal inflicted a crushing defeat on Rome, yet the Romans did not surrender, instead demonstrating a remarkable capacity for adaptation. Roman commanders analyzed the reasons for the defeat, reorganized the legions, altered tactics, and developed new strategies to combat Hannibal. They introduced new technologies, such as the pilum, a throwing spear more effective than ordinary spears, and modified battle formations to enhance combat efficiency. This tactical flexibility, combined with a drive to learn from setbacks, played a decisive role in Rome's subsequent victories. Defeats were painful, but Rome always emerged stronger and better prepared for future challenges. The military engineering of ancient Rome reached unprecedented heights, becoming a benchmark for military thought of that era. Unlike other civilizations that focus solely on open confrontations, the Romans understood that the outcome of war was decided not only on battlefields, but also at strategically vital points requiring reliable control. During the Third Punic War, specifically the siege of Carthage in 146 BC, the superiority of Roman engineers became evident. They erected impregnable walls and utilized powerful siege engines, such as catapults and battering rams, to destroy enemy fortifications. Furthermore, a complex system of defenses was developed around the city, including ditches and barricades, which hindered the organization of the defense and the breakthrough of reinforcements. Such a comprehensive approach, combining siege tactics with advanced engineering developments, allowed Rome to achieve unrivaled mastery in capturing fortified cities, a feat unattainable by other empires. The Roman Empire distinguished itself not only through its campaigns of conquest, but also by its skillful administration of subjugated lands. While other empires were content merely to seize territories, Rome proved itself an expert administrator. Following victories, Roman authorities promptly began integrating new regions into the empire. An example of this effective administrative policy is Julius Caesar's conquest of Gaul in 52 BC. After the triumph at Alesia, Rome not only established control over these lands, but also integrated them into the state's economic and political fabric. Roman colonies were founded, a network of roads was built, and urban centers were developed, alongside the implementation of a system that provided local inhabitants with the benefits of stability and order maintained by the empire. This capacity for integrating diverse cultures and peoples into its administrative system became a key factor in Rome's longevity, allowing it to expand and flourish for many centuries. The Roman army was, without doubt, one of the most formidable forces of its time, yet its true power lay not only in military valor but also in the strong collective identity that united its legions. Roman morale extended far beyond mere performance of military duty. To be a Roman soldier meant belonging to something greater, to a grand and glorious empire. This spirit of unity and shared identity was severely tested at pivotal moments in history, such as the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest in AD 9. In this tragic encounter, 3 Roman legions fell victim to a treacherous ambush set by Germanic tribes. However, instead of plunging the empire into decline, this defeat only strengthened its resolve and cohesion. Roman leaders not only carried out a military reorganization, but also undertook a sacred commitment to restore Rome's shaken prestige through punitive expeditions and a review of tactical approaches. The Roman army's unyielding resilience stemmed from a deep belief in the empire's greatness and an unwavering conviction in the grandeur of Rome. This ability to learn from setbacks and overcome defeats with renewed strength and determination became a key factor in ensuring Rome's longevity and prosperity. Thus, throughout its glorious history, the Roman army proved itself to be not merely a war machine, but a paradigm of innovation, discipline, flexibility, and resilience. Thanks to its unique organizational structure, its ability to adapt to changing conditions and learn from the past, and its profound sense of collective identity, Rome remained one of the most powerful civilizations of the ancient world. However, one is compelled to ask, what would have happened if other empires had managed to replicate this unique formula for success? Would we have witnessed an entirely different world had other cultures adopted the same military strategy and value system?